on services provided to pilgrims for this blessed place, the Quranic, cultural and religious activities. For its part, the delegation expressed their thanks and gratitude to the Special Secretariat of the Shrine of the Companion, Mitham al-Tamar, for their hospitality and warm reception. Mitham al-Tamar was one of the closest companions of Imam Ali, peace be upon him, and accompanied the Imam through his whole life. Al-Abbas Holy Shrine Relief Convoy in Syria delivered more than 2,000 food baskets in the Wadi al-Qala area within the city of Jabla. The head of the delegation of the Holy Shrine, Sayyid Nafi al-Musawi, said that the relief convoy of the Al-Abbas Holy Shrine continues to provide its humanitarian services to help the Syrians affected by the recent earthquake that destroyed many areas in the northern and western Syria. The Wadi al-Qala area is one of the affected areas hit by the earthquake, and the Holy Shrine had a stop there, as this day more than 2,000 food baskets were provided to the affected families there, he added. According to al-Musawi, the distribution process was carried out according to an organised mechanism and in coordination with the responsible authorities in the cities and other regions. All efforts were made to reach as many of the affected and help them in response to the appeal of the Supreme Religious Authority in Najaf and the directives of the senior official of the Al-Abbas Holy Shrine. With an increase of more Muslim players in the profession as well as support from Muslim fans, Luton Town sought to sign the Muslim Athlete Pledge to listen, learn and adopt good practice to help players flourish and our staff and fans feel loved and supported. The pledge is a commitment and start to recognising Muslims' needs in the sport as well as the club, and a checklist addressing Muslim players' needs. This pledge is part of our wider work around equality and diversity, and an important aspect for us to understand, grow and adopt good practice. On signing the pledge, CEO and founder of Najm Sports, Ebadur Rahman, said, having signed the pledge, Luton Town is joining a positive movement of solidarity, equality and recognition of the contribution Muslims make in their respective clubs and teams. Let us remind our respected viewers of today's headlines. Scholars from Pakistan visit shrine of Imam Ali's companion, Mitham al-Tamar. Al-Abbas Holy Shrine delivers over 2,000 food baskets to northern Syria. Luton Town signs Muslim Athlete Charter pledge as Muslim players increase. Also tonight. Conflicts, economic crisis deepen inequalities among children, UNICEF says. Saudi Arabia on Thursday executed 2 citizens convicted of joining a terrorist cell to target security forces, the Interior Ministry said. The ministry identified the men as Ali ibn Umar bin Musa al-Ahmari and Ibrahim bin Ali bin Mari Harubi, and said they were executed in Makkah. They were found to have joined the terrorist cell, supplied weapons and ammunition, and tracked and photographed security sites and headquarters in the kingdom with the aim of targeting them and killing security forces, it said. Saudi authorities said one of the men, Harubi, had been involved in making explosives designed to undermine domestic security and had planned to carry out a suicide attack to target security sites and forces. More than 1,000 death sentences have been carried out since King Salman assumed de facto power in 2015, according to a report published earlier this year by Reprieve and the European Saudi Organization for Human Rights. And now we continue with some short news. The Zainabiyya Islamic Seminary in Sauda Zainab district, Syria, affiliated to Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, celebrated blessed birth anniversary of Imam al-Mahdi. May Allah bring forward his honourable reappearance. The joyful ceremony was kicked off with verses from the Noble Quran. Then the poets of Ahl Bayt, Sayyid Murtada al-Sindi and reciter Jihad al-Bakhur, delivered poems in honour of Imam al-Mahdi. The Misbah Hussein Foundation for Relief and Development, in cooperation with Ahl Bayt Centre for Islamic Thought, contributed to helping a large number of poor and needy families in the holy city of Karbala and Baghdad on the blessed birth of Imam al-Mahdi. May Allah hasten his reappearance, marked on the 15th of Sha'ban. This blessed work comes under the guidance of the Supreme Religious Authority, His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Husseini al-Shirazi. On Thursday, Italian outlets reported that at least 12,000 migrants arrived at the Lampedusa island over the last 24 hours. Local authorities also found the body of a woman who died in the latest shipwreck. On Wednesday, the Italian Coast Guard rescued 470 people travelling in 13 boats. Overnight, 885 migrants on 21 barges disembarked on the Lampedusa. In both cases, most of the boats seem to have set out from Tunisia. The migrants come from countries such as Chad, Syria, Sudan, Yemen, Senegal, Mali, Guinea, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Liberia and the Gambia. They were taken to the Lampedusa reception centre, which can only house about 300 migrants. Islamic extremists killed at least 25 fishermen during an attack in northeastern Nigeria's Borno state. The rebels attacked the fishermen in the remote Makdolo village of Borno, where the years-long extremist violence is concentrated, said a local police chief. Some of the bodies in the Wednesday attack were recovered and buried on Thursday, he said. Nigeria, Africa's most populous country and largest economy, continues to grapple with a 14-year-old insurgency in the northeast by Islamic extremist rebels of Boko Haram. The extremists are fighting to establish Sharia law and to stop Western education. More than 35,000 people have died and over 2 million have been displaced by the extremist violence, according to the UN Development Programme. At least 36 people were killed during an overnight attack on a village in the Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo. A local official and the head of a civil society group said on Thursday the assailants were believed to be members of the Allied Democratic Forces, a Ugandan armed group based in the eastern DRC that has pledged allegiance to ISIS and wages frequent deadly raids on villages. The attack targeted the village of Makonde, 30 kilometres south of the city of Benai in North Kivu province, an area plagued with rebel activity and which has been under military administration since 2021 in an attempt to restore order. The ongoing war in Ukraine, natural disasters and rising inflation have driven millions more children into poverty throughout Europe and Central Asia over the last 2 years, a new report by the UN Children's Agency UNICEF showed on Thursday. The report highlighted deepening inequalities and urged countries to put in place systems to support children at risk of poverty and social exclusion. In Ukraine, conflict is having a devastating impact on children, the report said, adding that they have witnessed and experienced unimaginable consequences of the war. By December 2022, more than 7.2 million children inside and outside Ukraine urgently needed humanitarian assistance. The COVID-19 pandemic severely affected routine immunization services, with 95% of countries showing backsliding in immunisation coverage, the report said. We have reached the end of today's Shia Waves show. Let's remind our viewers of today's headlines. Scholars from Pakistan visit shrine of Imam Ali's companion Mitham al-Tamar. Al-Abbas Holy Shrine delivers over 2,000 food baskets to northern Syria. Luton Town signs Muslim Athletes Charter pledge as Muslim players increase. Saudi Arabia executes 2 men convicted of targeting security forces. Conflicts, economic crisis deepen inequalities among children, UNICEF says. You can view the latest news on Shia Waves website, and you can send news of your city or country to be published on our news agency. Contact us on the numbers at the bottom of the screen. This is the end of today's news.
Have a duty towards the preservation and the propagation of the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Indeed, one of the best ways to work towards the reappearance of Imam al-Mahdi ajjalallahu ta'ala farajul sharif is through promoting the values of Karbala. Imam Hussein Media Group is the only Shia television network